Hello and welcome to a wonderful Saturday. Today we're going to be hosting our online school to Heroku. In the previous class, I taught us how we can open a new Heroku account for those of us that don't have Heroku account yet. So today we are going to, using the Heroku account that we've opened, we're going to look at the back end, our Django application. How do we modify it so that when we get it pushed to Heroku, it can be able to give us what we want? And that is what we're going to be doing today. So today we're going to be pushing the online school that we've been developing all this while. We're going to try to push it down to Heroku so that everybody from every part of the world can simply get to our Heroku link and see our application, our Django application. And that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be studying it out. If you're not able to finish it in this one lecture, then in the other one, following this one, we're going to be able to finish that. And to get started, I'm going to quickly share my screen. Then I hope everybody can hear me, those people joining from outside here. So the first thing I'm going to do is to quickly get to my Heroku login and create a new application. So to create a new application, I'm going to click on new and I'm going to say create new app. And I'm going to write as the name of my app, T classified. You see, it says it must be in lowercase, T classified. So you can see that T classified is available because I want this to be my online school. So under choose region, I'm going to just choose Europe. You can also leave it at America, but I'm choosing Europe. And I'm going to say create app. And once I say create app, it's going to ask me whether I'm going to choose from pipeline or whether I'm going to host through Heroku. And like you all know, we are hosting through the GitHub. So I'm going to pick up this GitHub option. Then I'm going to connect to my GitHub repo. But I've not created the GitHub repo yet. So I'm going to quickly try to create the GitHub repo. But before then, I'm going to show you my application that I want to host so that you can see my application. So I'm going to go to my VS Code. Once you're in VS Code, I'm going to try to run my app. You can see I'm under Learn Online School. This is the online school we build out. So I'm going to, in order to run the app, I'm going to say Python manage.py. And I'm going to say run server. Okay. So this is going to run the app, and I'm going to make sure that my app is working effectively before I push it up to Heroku. If the app is not working locally, then it's not advisable that you push the same app to Heroku. So you have to check out the app, make sure that it's working effectively locally, then you can then push it. You can see, so you can see that starting development server at this port, that means the app is working already. So to run this, I'm going to do control and click on this link, this 2127, in order to open up the app. Okay, so this is my application. This is my online school. You can see tclassify.com online school. We have the home. We have the login. If you want to log in, you click on login. You can see with this, you can log in, register. With this, you can register. Then back to home. If you want to go to any of these categories like Java programming, you click on it. It's going to bring out this. This is the current viewing. If you click on data structure, it's going to bring out Go. Once you click, data structure comes up here. These are with some data that just for experimental purpose. So I'm going to, having made sure that this is running, I'm going to move out of the server, or I can still leave it at the server and open up a new terminal. I'm going to open up a new terminal. You can call it terminal if you wish. So I'm going to open up a new terminal and I'm going to cd into the app. And the application is online school. Okay, so since I'm in my online school, I'm going to make some installations that are needed for my app to work on Heroku. And I'm going to be installing what we call gunicorn and white noise. Gunicorn is going to be the server that is going to help my app to run on Heroku. And white noise is going to help my app to show images and pictures. Are we clear on that? So those two are very, very important. You need to install them before you push your app to Heroku. If you're running from your local server, you might not need gunicorn because your server is already running. And for your study files and pictures, you can also see them effectively without the whiteness. So to get this to that, I'm going to quickly say pip install. So what am I installing? I'm installing gunicorn. Gunicorn. Some people can call it gonicorn. Gonicorn. You call it anything you want to call it, but I'm going to call it gunicorn. And I'm also going to install white noise. You can see the spelling of my noise. So these two models are going to be very important in helping our app to run effectively when we post it on Heroku. Okay, so I'm going to wait a little bit for these two files to get installed. Then from there we can continue. I hope we are clear on this. Okay, you can see requirements already satisfied for gunicorn, requirement already satisfied for white noise. Why? Because I already installed them in previous, and you know that we are not using a virtual environment. We are supposed to, any application you want to develop, it's always good to do it in virtual environment, you understand? So that once you do your installation, it will be on that environment. If you're building another application, you have to do the installation again. You remember when we tried to develop this app, when we did pip install Django, it will tell us requirements already satisfied because Django is installed in the whole of our system. In that same way, I was trying to install my, to upload my, the farm listening app that I did, you understand? So while doing it, I already installed gunicorn and white noise. So they are already there. That's why it's telling me requirements already satisfied. So if you've not done it before, it's going to take a while before your gunicorn and white noise, both of them are going to get installed. Now, very importantly, there are 3 files that you're supposed to create in order for your Heroku app to work effectively. So number 1, I'm going to create the number 1 file, and I'm going to call it requirement.tst. So I'm going to say touch. If you want to create a file and you don't want to go to this place and say new file, you can use the command touch. If you want to create a folder and you don't want to go to this place and create folder, you can use the command make dir. Make dir. Once you say make dir, you put the name of the folder will come out. Once you say touch, put the name of the file comes out. Is that clear? So I'm going to create what we call proc file. Proc file is so important because that's where you're going to write about the things that you need. So I'm going to say profile. Profile does not have any extension. So once you say profile, you say enter. You press the enter key. Then when you look this side, you're going to see your profile. Can you see your profile? This is your profile showing the Heroku sign, because this your profile is what the Heroku sees and goes to it in order to run your file and do it effectively. So I'm going to click on this profile and I'm going to write out the code that is needed. And like you all know, all our codes are on our website. If you get to our website, tclassify.com, click on blog, then click on Heroku deployment, Heroku Django deployment. All the codes that I'm going to be writing, they're already here. You can see hosting a Django app on Heroku. First thing you do is to go to the app and open it in VS Code, which I've already done. Number 2, make sure you are in the Django project main directly. That means the directory that has manage.py. That is the directory that we have, because you can see manage.py here. That is where you do your Heroku. Then you get back. The next thing is to pip install gunicorn and white noise, which are the 2 things I've done already. So I'm going to now do touch requirement.tst and what? Profile. So I'm going to show us, if you don't want to do touch requirement.tst, there's another way you can build out your requirement.tst using pip freeze, and that's what we are going to do, so that it will collect this thing automatically for you. It will collect all the requirements for you. So before we do that, I'm going to go to my profile, and I'm going to tell my profile how it's going to run my Django app whenever I upload it to Heroku. And this is how it's going to run it. It's going to use the web services and using the GUnicorn that I've installed. It's going to check out project.wsgi. So can you see where is my project here? This is my project here, online school. Can you see my online school? So if you go to this main online school, you're going to see this WSGI. So it's going to use it and run this. So very, very important. Make sure you do this. This is very, very important so that once it looks at your profile, it should be able to run this for you. Can we see the content of my profile? Is that the content of your profile now? So what's the name of my project? What's the name of this project? Online school, Abby. Okay, so I'm going to Control S to save this. So done with this. The next thing will be to what? Do my touch runtime.tst. Please, if you don't know the Python version that you're using to build out your work, you might not need to do this. Heroku will automatically determine the Python that you use. Is that clear? Because if you go and do this and you write the wrong version of Python, when you push it will not work. Is that clear? So now let's create the requirement.tst. So how do you create it? You can use this command, pip freeze requirements.tst. So I'm going to do this now, but you're going to find out that there will be an error on my code. Why? Because I'm installing all my things without using virtual environment. So it will go to my Django and fetch all the pip installs that I've been doing and put it in my requirement.tst, and that is not what I need. I need to take out only the models that I use for this work. So let's try this out with this. So after this, I'm going to make the changes. So I'm going to say pip freeze requirements.tst. So I'll get back here. I'll do what? Pip freeze space. Then I put this angle bracket and say what? Requirement. Make sure you spell it right. .tst. So what is this requirement.tst? This requirement simply means as you're developing this application, you know, from time to time we are doing pip install Django, pip install this, pip install that. You understand? When you host this site to Heroku, Heroku is supposed to install all those things in order to run your application, because you install them to do the application, isn't it? So when you push to Heroku, Heroku is not seeing them. But when Heroku looks at your requirement.tst, it will be able to know all the models that you use in building this application. It will automatically install all of them. Is that clear? So that your application will work. That's why I call it requirements. You require them for your Django app to run. So if I go now and click on my requirement.tst, you can see, once you do this pip freeze, what pip freeze does is that it will go and search through your application, gets all the requirements and label them there. You can see all of them. But you can see that this file is so big because I did not install all these things when I was developing this. See, even TensorBoard. TensorBoard that we installed in order to run TensorBoard for our machine learning is here. Everything is here. And if you use this one and push to Heroku, do you know what's going to happen? It will take so long. And when it gets to installing this, it will start telling you that you did not put it. You understand? That means you're supposed to write your requirement.tst with hand if you did not serve your application from virtual environment. That's why virtual environment is very, very important. So henceforth, any application we are building in Django, we are going to do it inside a virtual environment. Okay? So now, I want you guys to remind me all the things we did pip install for. Remove all this.
Sir.
Yeah.
Our requirements are only, my own is only showing eight requirements.
8, but perfect. So you can see that, what's his name? Diamond's own is showing 8, and those 8s are what we need. Is that clear? My own is showing plenty because I've been installing a whole lot of things on my system without doing it on virtual environment. So, Diamond, you're going to help me with those 8. Do you have AFZL/Py?
It's not showing
Not
yet.
there, but
I have Django. I
no.
have Django
Don't tell me the one
3.11.
you have. Are you listening to me, Diamond?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
I want you to be telling me the ones you don't have so that I'll be removing them. Do you have this first one?
No, sir.
Okay, so I'm gonna take it out. I'm very sure that you not have async generator, pause, all these ones. Do you have any of them?
I have as Github.
Which one? This one, ba? What of these two? Do you have them?
Yeah, but no, sir, no.
Okay, I'll take them out. These ones, you have from here to here.
No.
I'll take them out. From here to here, do you have any of them?
No, sir.
I'll take them out. Rest, pause. You have Django, Naba. I'll take this one out. You have this Django.
Yeah.
From here to here, do you have any of them?
No.
Take them out. REST framework, I know we don't have it, but let me get to TensorFlow and all this. From here down to here, do you have any of them?
No, sir.
I'll take all of them out. Do you have this zip and widget extension up to?
No.
You don't have that. Even
I have
better.
white noise. I have white noise.
You have what?
Yes, white noise, sir.
Yeah, because we just installed
White
that.
noise.
Take this out. From here to here, do you have any of them?
No.
Take out. From here up to here, do you have any of them? Oh.
No, sir. Yeah. Yeah, I have PYTZ.
UI.
PYTZ. That number 70.
This one. Number 70. This one.
Number 70. Yes.
What of UI 32? Yeah. Don't you have that one?
No.
Okay.
No,
So I'll take this out. Then from here to here, do you have any of them?
No.
Take that out. From cycle to pillow, I know I did not do upload. Pandas, package. Do you have any of these?
No.
Take out. Everything about Jupyter. From here down to here. Do you have any of these? NumPy. No. All these are for machine learning. Do you have from here down to GUnicon?
Only that GUnicon.
Only GUnicon, okay. So we are arriving.
Yeah, I don't have those.
You have REST framework, simple JWT, no? I use this for the form listing, so I know you wouldn't have them. Then from here to Django all out. Do you have any of them? Those three?
Yeah, I don't have those.
None of the three, but
no.
Okay. Then we'll come here 6 and request and blah blah blah. Do you have any of them?
No.
Okay, I take them out. Okay.
No.
So very soon, I think we're almost through. Okay. You say you have 8. That means I'm moving.
Yeah. You moved more than.
Okay, so let me get the ones you have there.
Okay. I have
MIN.
MIN.
Yes. That equals to. No, JSMIN. JSMIN.
MIN. Double equal to.
MIN. Equals to.
That's the
2.2.2.
2.2.2. Okay.
2.2.2.
Okay.
Yes.
What else?
Then I have SQL.
SQL.
PA. RSE.
RSE or XE. Okay. Yeah. SEF
Equals to
equals to yeah
0.3.1. 0.3.1.
0.3.1. Okay, what else?
Yeah, that is all.
Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Check the spelling
Yes,
of
sir.
this SQL pass. Is it pass? Nothing else?
No, nothing else. That is all.
Okay, so this is what we have now. So if you had done your application from a virtual environment, supposedly you're gonna have just this. Okay. So I'm gonna just save this now. Okay. So that's my requirement. So if you do it automatic like this, pip install blah blah blah, it's gonna start through all your system and get all the requirements that you've been doing since. So it's not necessary. So another way you can do this is by saying touch requirement.txt so that you have this, or you just go here and say new file requirement.txt and write out all the things you installed. You understand? And you can see we installed only gunicorn, white noise, and this Django, this and Django. All these other one came with them as we are working. Okay, so I'm gonna say Control S. So what's the next line of thing to do is to make sure that we have a place for our static file. So I'll simply go to my settings.py and put this. We used a static file. We used static file where we were doing for the SARS. Some of you did not do the SARS. Even me, I do not do the SARS here. So in case if you did SARS, it's good you put your static file for it to, your static root here. So if it is just static that you're calling this, you can also call this one just static instead of static files. Okay, so do this if you're using if you did the koala thing. If not, but even if you have it there without doing the koala thing, it will still work effectively. Okay, then under your middleware, add white noise middleware, very, very important. So this is the white noise middleware. I'm going to come back to my settings. This is my settings. Then this is middleware. So I'm going to add this white noise. I'll do Control S to save. Okay, I think that's about it for now. So I'm going to set my debug to false. Once you want to push your code to internet, you can set debug to false. So I'll go back. I'll scroll up on my settings. I'm just working on my settings now. Debug, you can see that debug here is true. Debug simply means you want to be corrected. But once you're done, the bug has to be false. The false F has to be in capital letter, unlike what I have here. So make sure that your debug is in false. Then allowed host, you're going to check the name of your Heroku app, .heroku.com. Then together with this is going to be your allowed host. So I'm going to pick this, get back to my settings. All these things are done in settings. This is my allowed host. So inside here, I'm going to put this. So this one will make it to run in localhost if we still want to run it in localhost. Whereas this is our Heroku host. So it's good you allow the both hosts so that if you want to test it out on your localhost, you can still do. So what is the name of this our app on Heroku? What did I name my own? So projects on Heroku, the app there is, I named it what? T classy 5. That's what I named it. So I'm going to do Control S. So how do you know what to write here? HerokuApp.com has to be in your own, but here now you get it from the name of your app here, which is what? This is the name of my app here, Heroku. Okay, so I think that's about it. Do I still have any other thing to do? Then I have to now push. So if I push, I guess it should work. But very importantly, I told us that if we go to deploy, to setting, that we should always select the build pack. Did I say that before? On the last class, I said, so add build pack. What build pack are we going to add? Click on this add build pack, click on setting. Who can tell me the build pack I'm supposed to select? Simon, which build pack should I select?
You see Python.
Yeah, it's Python. I
Okay,
selected
sir.
Python. Why? Because we are running a Django app. Django is built on Python. So I click on save. So make sure you select the build pack. If you don't, when you host it, will not know what to build it with. Okay, that's about it. So with that, I think we are done. So next thing is to make sure that we have this app on. We are connecting from GitHub, isn't it? So let's go to GitHub and make sure that we have our app on GitHub. So to go to GitHub, what do? I simply go to my GitHub. Now, if you're pushing this app to GitHub, there are two ways of creating a repo on GitHub. So I'm going to go to my, you can see repository, new. I want to create a new repo now. If you don't want people to see your source code, it's very possible that you're going to create this repo as a private repo. Is that clear? It has to be a private repo, except if you want it to be there so that other people can access it. Because now you're pushing your repo to GitHub with all your security key and plenty configurations. You wouldn't want people to see this. So in this case, it has to be a what? Private repo. But I'm going to make my own public so that you can, because I want you as my students to check the code and use it tomorrow. So what's going to be my repo name? I'm going to simply call this repo T classified Django. T classified Django. It should be my online school, but I'm going to just leave it at T classified Django. So I'm going to say online school built with Django. Online school built with Django, yeah. So I'm going to leave it as public, but if this is a production application, it has to be private so that you can upload anything you want and nobody can access it. So I will not initialize with README because I want to quickly clone this. So click on create repository. Okay, so here it's going to tell you the codes to use in pushing your code. Very, very simple. So you're going to see this first line of codes. The second line is where what we are concentrating on, because we are saying push an existing repository from command line. We already have this repo on the command line and want to push it. So the first thing you do is that you do this. So to do all this, I can simply come here and click here to copy all this here. So this will give reference to everything I want. So I'll get back. So I'm going to paste them one by one. Okay. So it's telling me error. So git remote this pattern, no git repository like this, nothing like this here. Okay. Oh, sorry. So I have to, before I start this, I have to git init. Very, very important. So before you push, I've never committed any of this since I started. So the first thing will be to do what? Git init. That's the first thing. To initialize this to your git that you have inside your system. Then the next thing will be to do what? After git init, what do you do next? Git add all. So this is how you do git add all. Git add dot. So everything will be added to the local git. Very, very important. Before you push from your system up, everything has to be in the local git. So that's why I did git add all. Then the next thing I will do is git commit. And I'm going to give it a commit message. And the commit message is going to be what? Initial push. This is the first push I'm making. So that's why I'm calling it initial push. So that is committing. Committing means to make all the changes. You can see that all the changes are affected. So it is now that I can now push to GitHub. So you can see now, when I say git remote origin master is saying it, git branch master is saying it. So finally, I'm going to push. So these three codes I just give now. This one is getting the origin, changing the branch to master, and finally pushing it. If you check your GitHub, those are the three codes here. So you can copy and be pasting them and be clicking enter. So it's gonna push this code now. So you can see my code is being pushed to GitHub. Okay, it has finished pushing. So if you now come back to GitHub and refresh, you're gonna see all the codes there now. Okay, so you can see everything is pushed. You can see my main folder. You can see my online school. You can see my profile. You can see my SQL. You can see my manage.py. You can see my what? Requirement.tst. So with this, all my codes are on GitHub. So I quickly get back to Heroku now and connect in order to deploy. So I click on deploy. So once I'm on deploy, I'm using, what am I using? GitHub. I'm connecting to GitHub. So I click on GitHub. Okay. Once I click on GitHub, it's going to ask me to connect. So how do I connect? So I'm already in Untitled. So I'm going to search for this GitHub. So what's the name of that repo? GitHub what? T-classify what? Django. That's what I called it. T-classified Django. That's the name of GitHub. So I'm going to click on search. So it's going to search for this repo. You can see it here. It has seen it. Untitled T-classified Django. So I'm going to connect. Okay. Once you connect now, it's going to host it for you. Okay, it's connected. Then you can see branch is master. If you click on wait for CI to pass, then the continuous integration has to pass first before it will host. So don't click on it. And you know, we did not even connect this to continuous integration. But you can click on enable deploy. Once you click on enable deploy, anytime you make any changes, to automatically deploy the latest change. Okay, so having clicked on enable deploy, then choose the branch you want to deploy. I'm deploying master. Master is the only branch. So I click on deploy. So my code will be deployed now. And I can now see my application online. You can see build master is building everything. You can see now it's writing, installing Python 3 points, installing SQL, all those things inside your requirement.tst is installing them, because without them, your app will not be able to run. Okay, once you have error, it will tell you and it will stop working. But you can see that everything is installing, meaning that our work is moving on perfectly. Okay, so let's wait for it to finish. So why are you uploading to, why are you hosting on Heroku? Because you want everybody to see your work. Launching, okay, wow, deployed to Heroku. So everything worked effectively. Everything worked effectively. So you can see it has finished deploying, launching. You can see now deploy. So it's telling me that your app was successfully deployed. So the last thing will be to view. So let me view this app online now. In the whole world, anybody can see this app once it's run, okay? So you can see now tclassified.heroku.com. That's where people can go and see my app. But the app is giving error. It's telling me what's the error? It's telling me to go here and check what my error is. Is that clear? So there's an error on the app. So I'm going to quickly go here, select this. And we need to now follow up and find out what our error is. So I'll go back here. For you to be able to sort out your error, you need to download what we call Heroku CLI. I hope you guys, have you people downloaded Heroku CLI? Do we do it in the last class? Okay, so if you've not downloaded Heroku CLI, just quickly get back to your Heroku. Very simple. Scroll back. Can you see where they wrote Heroku Git CLI? Just beside the GitHub connected. So please click on it. If you click on it, it's going to lead you to where you can download your, can you see here, download and install Heroku CLI. Click on this, download and install Heroku CLI. Then it's going to ask you, what type are you using? Are you using for Mac OS or are you using for Windows? You are using for Windows. Is your Windows 32-bit or 62-bit? Your own is 64-bit, most of you. So click on it. Once you click, it will download. After it's downloading, install by double-clicking or clicking on it to install. Me, I already have it, so that's why I'm not gonna do this. Okay, for the benefits of all of you, since you say you've not installed it before, I'm gonna allow you guys time. Download it and install, then we can continue after that. Okay, so we're gonna continue to troubleshoot our app. It's always good that you see an error like I've seen now, so that you know how to troubleshoot in case if you missed a step. So this error is going to tell you that you actually missed a step while you are trying to host. So I'm going to allow you to do that. So we're going to join back. And what did I want to say again? Remember, everything you want is in Christ Jesus. The easiest way to success is by being a born again. See you when I see you. Love you. Meet you back. Thank you.